Hi, hello, and welcome to episode 94 of the Stress Knits podcast. My name is Stacy, also known as Stress Knits Yarn on Instagram and Stress Knits on Ravelry. You can find those in the show notes below in the description box. How are you doing? Today is October 3rd, 2019, and I'm coming to you from a very wet, cold, rainy fall day in southeastern Michigan, Metro Detroit. So, so it's officially fall, and it's officially sweater weather. I think we had our last little heat wave where it was like mid-80s, low 90s the past few days. And I think we're finally out of that, which is really nice because I hate hot weather, and I'm just ready for just soup, snuggles, sweaters, candles, just all of the wonderful things that come with cooler weather. I'm definitely a winter kind of gal, but I do appreciate fall for all of its beauty and good smells and donuts and apples and pumpkin spice. So very excited that it's officially fall. And as you will notice, I'm wearing a hand knit sweater. This is the Wool and Honey by Andrea Mowry. I knit this last year around this time. I knit this out of Brooklyn Tweed Loft, which is the yarn it calls for, but I knit mine in the Hayloft colorway. And yeah, I knit the size large, but I could have done the size medium, and that's okay. But I really love this sweater. I did not like it at first when I finished it, but I really, really enjoy it now, so that's always fun. I have my show notes over here, so if I'm looking over here, I apologize. Also, the lighting's really weird because it's like cloudy but bright outside, and then I have a candle to this side. It is a Chesapeake Bay candle from Target, and it's the Snuggly Sweater scent, and I've talked about this before. It is my favorite candle. I do love a good Bath and Body Works candle. I love the rose water and ivy, but Snuggly Sweater, if you're a Lush fan, it smells like the Sleepy Twilight family scent. So it's a very sweet, it's a sweet lavender smell, and so I really, really love it. And so it's in my office burning right now because it smells so good. And it's one of those days where it just feels like a candle's perfectly appropriate. So anyway, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you new subscribers. Hi! Thank you for checking me out and hitting the subscribe button. It helps me get exposure to other makers like ourselves. And and to all of you who have been with me through everything from the dorm room or joining me a few years ago or just whenever you decided to watch, I appreciate you so much. And so with that, we hit a huge milestone. Something I never thought would happen, but we hit over 5,000 subscribers. And again, I'm not a big fan of noticing how many subscribers I have because I would be doing this if there were two of you because I enjoy it. But it feels like a big number, and it feels like something that should be celebrated. So I know I just did a giveaway for a subscriber number, but since we hit 5,000, I thought I would do an extra special giveaway of my favorite things. So first things first is the Notions pouch. So you've seen this Notions pouch in my videos, probably a bunch of pictures. Mine is right here. This is mine. You can tell because there are coffee stains on it. I've had this since my husband and I went to Traverse City in 2017, and we went to Wool and Honey because my husband's wonderful and doesn't mind stopping at a yarn store if I'm there for less than 20 minutes. So we went to Wool and Honey, and this was my like souvenir. This is what I bought. It's just like the perfect notions. I have crochet hooks and scissors and stitch markers, needles, just this is kind of my catch-all. This is actually where I used to store all of my favorite needles, but I will talk about storage later. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of this pouch. So I thought I would buy one for all of you. So Wool and Honey pouch. It's just super cute with a little bee on it. And then open it up and it has all of my favorite notions or like knitting goodies. So first things first is a Tuft Woolens wool wash bar. And this is the lavender scent, which is just the best. I'm a big lavender fan, so lavender. Then there is a retractable tape measurer. I bought these on Amazon a while ago. They come in sets of like 4, but they're really pretty colors. So yeah, you can tell I'm burning a candle, right? Yeah, so I'm just a big fan of that. And then I have some little hexagon stitch markers in this cute little vial that I also picked up at Wool and Honey. And then I purchased these cute little stork snips. Super cute. And a trio of repair crochet hooks. These are ebony. And I just love them. I've been using them a lot on some of my test knits lately. So it's just, yeah. So it's a little goody notions bag. And then because I'm a yarn dyer and I love my yarn, I am throwing in a skein of Perfectly Adequate DK, which is just a nice light gray with a mohair silk in the Smitten colorway. So usually Smitten, you can see all of the pinks and purples and blues and mints and all of the good stuff. But because my Smitten colorway has gray speckles on it, the gray just kind of took over, and I think it's just the softest, most beautiful color. I'm realizing that that candle might not be the best idea. Yeah. This is what it looks like. So I thought you could use them together for a hat or some mitts, or put them in like a color work yoke, or I don't know, just whatever. Use them together or apart. But I thought that most people would really enjoy a nice gray, right? Because it just goes with everything. So that is what the 5,000 subscriber giveaway is, and to enter, head on over to the Ravelry page. There will be a link in the description in the show notes, and just tell me what your favorite fall thing to do is, or your favorite part of fall, and you will be entered to do that. So head on over to the Ravelry group, make sure you're a member, and reply to that thread, and you'll be entered, and I will be drawing in 2 weeks, either the episode before Rhinebeck or after Rhinebeck. I'm not sure yet. Probably before. Let's say the before Rhinebeck. I don't even have a calendar on me. It's fine. Yes. So 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you all so much, and I hope you love this. So there's that. I already talked about what I'm wearing. Can we talk about what I'm drinking really quick? Because, I mean, I feel like everybody already knows about this, but so Starbucks. We all know I'm a fan. I worked there for 3 years. You can never say anything bad about Starbucks to me because I don't agree with you. Sorry. There have been many people who have like fought me that Starbucks is a bad company. I worked for them, the way that they treated me and like the way they treat I just love the company. And then I like their coffee too, so it doesn't hurt. So I am a big fan of pumpkin spice, and go ahead and tell me that you hate pumpkin spice all you want. I think it's boring to hate things. I don't think it's necessary, right? Let me enjoy what I like. So yes, I am a pumpkin spice person. Take it or leave it, whatever. But the pumpkin cold foam cold brew, or pumpkin cream cold brew, is my new favorite thing. So I've been drinking my coffee with no cream lately and just been doing a little bit of like a simple syrup or a little bit of vanilla, or now that it's fall, a little bit of pumpkin spice. And I've never had a cold brew with cold foam on top, so I tried it because I love pumpkin spice and it's just changed my life. It's not something I would get every day. I have been getting it a lot lately because it's just really good. But I don't know, I'm just a really big fan. So it starts off, it's just black cold brew with this like thick layer of orange foam on top and some pumpkin spice sprinkles, and it's not too sweet, which is really nice. It just feels festive, so I love it. So there's that. I hope they do that with some of their holiday drinks. That would be really exciting if they did that with gingerbread, or what's the other one that everyone really likes? Not creme brulee. I love creme brulee, but it's just so sweet. Chestnut praline. If they did that with chestnut praline, be a really big fan. So yes, that is a huge recommendation right now. If you like pumpkin spice, I highly recommend it. Okay. Anyway, can you tell I'm really tired? So, let's chat about my finished object. I finished Eliza's Rhinebeck sweater, and this is the Pint size So Faded by Andrea Mowry. I knit the 1-year-old size because Eliza is almost, 16 months, and she wears 6 to 9 month clothing. She can wear 6 to 12 month clothing, but she swims in it. So, but I did knit the 1-year size, and it fits her. It's cute. Just picturing this, like, this is some leggings. It'd be super cute. Okay. Anyway, I knit the 1-year-old size, and I used my leftovers plus some mini skeins because I didn't have enough yarn. Yes. So my leftovers from my So Faded, and I needed to dye up an extra mini skein of Rattle and Grubby in order to finish this. So the first color is Rattle. I keep doing this. That's not Rattle. The first colorway is Dahlia. The second color is Rattle, and then Grubby, and then it finishes off with Palm Lines. And I love this so much. It makes me really happy. I knit it on my favorite base, which is an 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. Yeah, I feel like I've talked about this a lot, so I don't think there's much more to say about that. I'm going to scoot my phone up. Okay, there we go. Like I said, I don't have a super professional setup right now. Or ever, let's be honest. It's 2 hardcover books, and my phone is resting on an Empties Altoid box tin. I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm doing this today, but I'm doing it. Okay. So many of you are still watching. Let's talk about what I am working on. So I cast on my Manet Light by Joanna Hietala. Yes, Joanna Hietala, and printed it off in black and white. So I usually don't print off. So that's what it's, you can't really tell, but it's just like a simple sweatshirt, like sweater. I usually don't print off patterns, but I don't know. I just did, I guess. I had some printer paper that was kind of, there's a smudge on it, and my paper is what I use for my ball bands. It's like it's not quite cardstock, but it's not like thin paper, because I print my own ball bands right now, which will hopefully change soon, but there's a smudge on it, so I couldn't use it for that, so I just printed it off. But I cast on my Manet Light. I am knitting, what size am I knitting? I like to tell you what size I'm knitting because I feel like a lot of people, especially around my size, people don't like to say that they're knitting anything. I think I'm knitting the extra large. So the second to last size. The finished measurements, it's an extra small is a 35-25. So 35 1/4, and the largest size is 54 3/4, which isn't the best, but it's also not the worst. You know, I would like to see finished measurements go into the 60s and 70s, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm knitting the second, no, I'm not. I'm knitting the large. So I'm knitting the 47-inch size. And for reference, I'm a 43-inch bust. So I had a few inches of positive ease. And I also think my gauge is slightly larger. So maybe that's why I did it. I don't remember. I'm having serious mom brain right now. It's one of those times because Liza's just not sleeping during the day. Yes, so you start off knitting flat like a cardigan and join it in the round like you do for the So Faded, but it's not as deep. But it creates short rows without doing short rows, which is clever. So yeah, I was alternating skeins and now I'm knitting just in the round. This is my Stress Knits yarn in the Siren colorway. It's fairly accurate for the color. And I love this colorway so much, and I wanted a sweater that was incredibly simple, that would just let this color do its thing, and this is exactly that. But this is going to go into hibernation for a few weeks while I finish my test knits. So here is the colorway knit up. It's a little bright there. That's about it. But I'm so excited for this colorway. Yes. And my singles base is just one of my favorite. It's 100% superwash merino, single ply yarn, and I love it. So yes, Manet Light, Joanna Hietala in the Siren colorway. So nothing special. I haven't made a lot of progress yet. I was hoping to separate for the sleeves before I cast on my test knits, but my test knits were ready before that happened. So I'm only able to show you one of my test knits, but I will talk about the yarn for one. So I am test knitting for Andrea Mowry again, which I'm so excited about. This is my third Andrea test knit, and I just blew like a little bubble. I'm really excited about this one. So, it is a 4-color sweater, right? But you don't use a lot of the contrast colors. So my main color is Perfectly Adequate, which is the skein that's in the giveaway. This is on my singles base again. My hand-dyed yarn, and honestly, this test knit calls for ritual dyes. I forget which base, but it just is not in my price point right now. And that's just how it is. So I offered to test knit, and I told her I was going to use my yarn, and she was fine with it, which is really exciting. So yes, Perfectly Adequate is the main color. The 3 contrast colors are what I'm really excited about. So first I used Mountain Mama, and then Palm Lines, and then Pillow Mint. So this is my sweater. Can you even handle it? That's true right there. That's it. Those are the colors. And I finished the color work, and I'm so happy with it. and I'm going to separate for the sleeves today, probably while this is uploading, and then I'm going to put it on a hanger and steam it. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm really, really excited about it. I'm going to put it on 2 separate needles, and then the sleeves will be on holders, and then I'll put it on a hanger, steam block it out so that the color work just grows and is beautiful. So yes, I'm really excited, and I always test knit right now a size 5 for Andrea Mowry, and it always works out for me. It's always exactly what I want. My throwback was a size 5, and my stone crop pullover was a size 5, and it works out really, really well. So the next test knit I'm doing is for Soprano Knits Becky. Let me grab a skein of the yarn. Okay, so my personal stash is right there. Okay, so this time I did use the yarn called for. So she is doing a collaboration with La Bien-Aimée, and it calls for the La Bien-Aimée Mondium, and by Rosa Pomar, and it's 100% Portuguese wool, 421 yards per 100 grams, which is 385 meters. So here it is. You've probably seen this on podcasts before. I love the Rosa Pomar logo. I think it's beautiful. I actually kind of want a print of this. I think it would be so sweet. So I'm using the ash colorway, which I love, but this has never happened to me before. And I mean, granted, I have dye fingers because I found out that I'm allergic to I think I'm allergic to like the talc powder in gloves. So I had some really bad reactions with gloves. So I'm just kind of taking a break from gloves right now, which is not the safest thing. And I know. But, yeah. But where I tension my yarn, I'm having dye come off the yarn, which is really weird. It's never happened to me before. I know it's happened to other people before, but yeah, so I'm just throwing that out there, that probably with the dark colors of this, I'm assuming that's happening, but it could also just be this dye lot. Things happen. I understand, I'm a yarn dyer. I understand that you think everything is out of the yarn, and then you soak it one more time and it bleeds again, and you're just like, how? Right? Like, things happen, so it's not a big deal. I'm not mad about it, but I know it bothers a lot of people, so if that bothers you, maybe do a lighter color, or just pre-wash your yarn again, I guess, or just, it's fine, because, I mean, maybe, yeah, so that's how I tension my yarn. Yeah, so that's just PSA. But again, not a big deal, and I don't think it reflects poorly because things happen, and this could literally just be from my dye lot. So, there's that. But yes, so I love Becky of Soprano Knits. I think she's a wonderful person, and her designs are gorgeous. And when she started teasing this sweater, it is the Telegram sweater. I'm gonna say Telegram because even though I did take like 6 years of French, I don't want to embarrass myself with my accent because it's not very good. So, the Telegram sweater. It is all over texture with some cable details, and I am obsessed. She knit hers in a burnt orange colorway, which honestly I thought about because I love a good burnt orange. But I also, if I love the way this fits, I might make a second one in my own yarn and use my burnt orange color. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So here's my swatch, because I swatched like a good person. And I don't know if you're going to be able, there it is. Because it is a very dark colorway. So this is the texture, and this is the cable pattern. So the cable pattern runs up the side and down the arm, which is really exciting. And you can see all of these pictures over on Becky's Instagram, Soprano Knits, and she just posted her wearing it. So I feel very comfortable talking about this. So I am almost to the sleeve separation. I have about 20 more rows until the sleeve separation, which I'm going to do today. I'm going to separate for the sleeves on both my sweaters today, which I'm really, really excited about, because once that happens, you're taking a lot of stitches. How many? So I'm going to be taking off almost 300 stitches. That's wrong. Almost 200 stitches on the sweater off of the needles and on to waste yarn. Yeah, so here's what little cake I have left. And yeah, so it's chugging along. I'm knitting the size 5 again because it's what I thought would be best, which I don't think I printed out the schematic or anything. No. So I forget what the size equates to, what size 5 is, but my assumption is somewhere around like 49 inches. Somewhere around there. Yeah. But I just love it. I have my little pug loaf stitch marker, which is funny because it's just Esther. She is a loaf of bread. Yeah, so I love that, and I'm using my Addy, not sock rockets, but my Addy rockets on a size 3, US, 3mm as well, which is super handy. Yeah, so I am really, really loving the sweater, and I think it's going to be a huge staple in my wardrobe, which is why I went with the ash colorway, because I'm going to be able to wear this with jeans and dresses and skirts, and it's just, it's so cute. I'm going to bring this to Rhinebeck to pick out buttons. So I'm just, I love it so much. It's really, really fun to work on, but I'm definitely ready to separate for the sleeves and get that stitch count down a bit so that it goes faster. Yes, so that is everything that I'm knitting, and I'm just so happy with everything. Once I am done with my test knits, I think both of them are due at the beginning of November. So once I'm done with all of that, I will be casting on my Joy, who's it by? My Joy by Renée Callahan, and I'm going to knit the size 4, and that's what this yarn is. That's what this yarn is for. I'm using my Mountain Mama colorway on my worsted base. And I'm so excited because I'm going to live in that. I am going to lengthen it a little bit. So I am going to, I might grab one more skein because I have 6 right now. So I might dye one more just in case, because I am going to lengthen it by like 3 inches or maybe just 2. I don't know yet. We'll see. But that will be on the needles in the next like month and a half. And I'm really, really excited about it. Okay, so I do have some stash enhancement, kind of. It's not yarn related, it is bag related. So I'm very picky about my knitting bags. For me, I really like stuff that can be really just versatile in my everyday life. For example, I have a Twig and Horn waxed canvas crossbody bag that I use as my purse in the fall and winter, and I love it. I was using, it's all the way over there, I'm not going to get up and get it, but I was using my Plystra project bag as my purse this summer, which was really great. So, yeah, I decided, so Espace Tricot, who I love, they they started carrying Plystra bags and all of that good stuff. So, because I've been looking to purchase a backpack for a while, I sat on it for a year to make sure it's something I really wanted. I'm going to just grab it. I don't have the pouch on me. That's over there. But I wanted to think about it. I wanted to think about the color. I wanted to just be sure. And when Doug and I decided to go to Rhinebeck and it came out that I was going to have to fly with Eliza by myself, I don't like our diaper bag. It's a backpack, but it looks big, but it doesn't hold a lot. And so it's really hard to maneuver and get like what I need for Eliza when we're out and about. So knowing I'm going to be at an airport and on a plane by myself with her, and granted it's less than 2 hours on a plane and we're going to be great. I just wanted to have a bag that's really accessible. So that's kind of where I was like, hey, like, because this is an investment. It's pricey. But I said, hey, Stacy, you need a more accessible bag. And once you're not using it as a diaper bag anymore, you can just continue to use it as a knitting bag. So for the trip, because Doug is taking most of our clothes with him on his trip, which is really nice, because he'll be meeting me in Kingston Friday night. And so, I'm just really excited that he's offered to take a bunch of our stuff. I think she's fine. We'll see. Yes, so I splurged and I purchased a Plystra Knitter's backpack. So you've seen this probably everywhere. A lot of people have it, but I am going to add to all of just the resounding love for this bag. It's huge. It's going to be the perfect travel companion, and I genuinely think that if you're in the market for a larger bag, that this is a great option. Yes, like I said, I sat on it for a year. I went with gray because I love gray and it goes with everything. And it's really nice to know that I can use it for multiple purposes. And also, if I decide to do another trip to New York by myself or just a trip by myself in general, this is the perfect bag for me. It's big enough to carry a few days of clothing because I don't, like, if I have one pair of jeans and one pair of leggings, like, I'm good. If I have a few shirts and sweaters. So this would definitely fit, like, a few days of clothes and personal items and all that jazz. So I'm really, really excited about this purchase. And I just endorse it 100%. Yeah. So I purchased this from Miss Foss Tricot, and then I've been trying to figure out a needle solution for a while. I purchased a Twig and Horn all-purpose carrying case, and ever since we updated my office and like painted it, I can't find it. It's in a box somewhere and I can't find it, which is frustrating. But I've also wanted to try the Plystra needle case. So I purchased the medium one in the deep teal colorway because I love a good deep teal. This is actually almost exactly the Siren color. I just knocked over my water bottle. It's fine. It's almost exactly my Siren colorway, which I think is really funny. Yeah, right? So I love this color. And it's not something I would wear in like a bag or anything, so I thought the needle case was perfect. I got the medium size. And yeah, it's holding all of my Addie Rockets, which are my personal favorite needle. Needle preference is very personal, and I've tried almost every needle that is available to me, and these are just my favorites. So has a bunch of different placements for needles, and then also if you're an interchangeable person, which I'm not, I am looking to get an interchangeable set, but I'm just not sure what I want yet. These bags are awesome or cases, because these in between, that is, that's a little space for your interchangeable needles. What? Yeah, so that's really cool. Highly recommend this. Big fan. Big fan. So that's really my stash enhancement. Yes. So let's talk about Stress Knits yarn stuff. So if you're not interested in my company, that's totally cool. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Be sure to head on over to the Ravelry page and enter the giveaway if you would like. Yeah. So, I have a lot of yarn in the shop. And it's really exciting because I never have a lot of yarn in the shop. But I've been slowly just kind of stockpiling. So I want to talk about some colorways. I will be having another shop update hopefully Monday, but depending on how Doug feels, because I don't want to drown him in more work when he's sick. We'll see. But it's going to be next week. I am adding... So this is everything that's in this bag is currently in the shop. I'm going to be adding... excuse me. About 60 skeins of DK and 40 skeins of worsted. So this is really exciting, and all of them are in sweater quantities. I just want to point this out that I can only dye in batches so large because I dye in 2 pots. Well, I have 3 pots, but I can only put 2 on the stove at the same time. That's the only way it'll fit. Tried 3, does not fit. So, yes, so I dye 2 pots at a time, and my pots can only fit 5 skeins. So, just want to put that out there. That's why my quantities are what they are. And if you need a sweater's quantity, somebody's walking by the house and Esther does not like it. If you need a sweater quantity and you want a guarantee of the same dye lot, that's why I have custom orders open. Usually everything in the shop is the same dye lot, but sometimes, I'll have like 2 skeins of Prudence on DK, but I dye a batch of 5, and then I have 2 from one dye lot and 5 from another. So if you want a guarantee of your yarn being dyed from the same dye lot for a large project, email me, and you can always ask if they're from the same dye lot, or you can just order a custom order, which is exciting because a lot of people are doing that now. So there's that. Yes, but let's chat about colors in the shop right now. So Palm Lines, which is one of my all-time favorites. It's a really beautiful light pink. Perfectly Adequate, my light gray. Etching, my dark gray. So here these are compared to each other. So Perfectly Adequate and Etching. Also, can you just give me these 3? Oh, I'm craving all of the DK sweaters right now, so that's why I have a lot of DK. This is Lake Effect. Mom Jeans. Sweet Disposition. I Smell Snow. Rattle, which is dyed on DK for the first time, and there are only 4 skeins left of that, because I did a double batch. Dahlia, which is the love of my life, and then Pillow Mint. So there are other colors in DK, but I will also, let's chat about some stuff that is going to be in the update, because I don't think I will have a podcast before then. I'm going to have Siren on DK. I'm going to have a double batch of Mountain Mama, so that's 10 skeins of Mountain Mama in DK, which is that dark green color, this one. Yeah. Ugh, I love this color so much. This is my crazy planning system. Okay. Birch, my jam, which I have. I thought I grabbed a skein of my jam. I did not. But I'm going to have more my jam in the shop. Grubby, Palm Lines, Accidental Gemini, which I love, and is a super special colorway, and $2 of every skein goes to the March of Dimes. 5 skeins of Prudence, 5 Golden Hour, and worsted there will be sweater quantities of Mountain Mama, Dahlia, and my jam. I will also have mini sets, my pinks and my mixtape. There will be some Mountain Mama on favorite, and a weird one-of-a-kind sweaters quantity of Halo in like a really yellow-green kind of color, because I tried to dye Mountain Mama on mohair and it didn't work out the first time. I have since figured it out, but it didn't work out the first time. So there will be that. Yes, but you can always message me if you are wanting a larger quantity of stuff. So yeah, with that, I will see you next week, and I think that's it. Okay, bye!